If you ask someone what is 2 plus 2, he will say 4. Ask a politician and he will say 4 votes. This is true for all democracies and not just India. Politicians work for votes because they have to stay in power. This is why even the most knowledgeable of finance ministers tend to succumb to politics while preparing budgets. But Union Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman has shown leadership skills to prepare a prudent budget that focuses on economic health and not votes. Hi and welcome to TFI English, the national socio-political analysis arm of the TFI Media Group. I'm your host Arvind, and if you haven't subscribed to TFI English yet, please hit the subscribe button and also click the bell icon to receive all the recent updates. Coming back to the story, I'll tell you why the 2022 Union Budget is one of the best ever. Let's begin. By the time you would have gone through dozens of stories about the Union Budget 2022. And if I am not wrong, most of the stories that you read were either about income tax slabs or what got cheaper and what got costlier. This is how politicians and mainstream media have been analyzing budgets since, well, forever, and 2022 is no different. But let me tell you that Union Budget is one of the best ever. It goes way beyond parochial issues that the mainstream media usually discusses and literally envisions a prosperous and vibrant India. Let's start with it. What is a buzzword in the tech sector today? Well, cryptocurrency. Literally everyone is discussing cryptocurrency. Cryptocurrencies create an alternate, decentralized system in which transactions could be made without going through the central authority or a centralized ledger. Given the central bank's manipulation of the currency price by simply printing money, the libertarian bloc of the tech establishment always wanted to get rid of the government-regulated currencies, and this led to the creation of Bitcoin, Mazacoin, Titcoin, and the other cryptocurrencies. Cryptocurrency is very popular in India too. According to an estimate, Indians alone have invested more than rupees 6 lakh crores in the crypto market. But the sheer anonymity and the lack of regulation in the case of cryptocurrency has made it susceptible to misuse by non-state actors. Also, India did not have a definite law banning or permitting cryptocurrency. Banning such digital assets isn't really a solution because of the high stakes involved, and there was a pressing need to regulate them. And this is exactly what the 2022 Union Budget does. India has announced a 30% tax on income through a sale of digital assets. Since the government is taxing crypto, it has effectively got legalized in the country. This also subjects digital assets to the governmental regulation like any other financial asset. This is mutually beneficial. The state gets more revenue, which it can pump into infrastructure development and social welfare schemes. And crypto holders no longer need to stay worried about the position of digital assets. And guess what? India is also launching its own central bank digital currency, the digital rupee. This is a game changer for India's fast-growing economy. For decades, developing economies like India have been searching for an alternate to the US dollar for international trade and global payment settlements. The domination of the US dollar in international trade transactions gives the US government an undue advantage. When it comes to the cross-border transaction in physical currencies, the US dollar is the dominant one, and this allows the US to impose sanctions and literally cut off any country from the world economy. But digital currencies can create an alternate system that bypasses your dollar hegemony. China had already come up with a digital yuan, and it was only time that India came up with a CBDC of its own. The budget has announced India's entry into the new era called the Amrit Kal, from 75th to the 100th year of independence. According to Union Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman, the government has identified 4 top priority sectors: PM Gati Shakti, inclusive development, productivity in the sunrise sector, energy transition and climate actions. Under PM Gati Shakti, the government has identified 7 engines of economic growth, namely roads, railways, airports, ports, mass transport, waterways and logistics infrastructures. The other 4 priority sectors are focused on increasing welfare spending and investments in emerging industries. We are looking at 2.5 decades of high government spending to create robust and world-class infrastructure, which is likely to push India into a high growth rate trajectory. Talking of government spending, the government has already set aside a whopping rupees 7.5 lakh crore for capital expenditure. Capex has jumped 2.2 times the outlay in 2019-20. In the 2021-22 budget, rupees 5.54 lakh crore were allocated for capital expenditure, though revised estimates had raised it to around rupees 6.03 lakh crore. The spending spree is unprecedented. The growth projections for 2022-23 are already bullish, with the International Monetary Fund projecting a 9% GDP growth rate for the country. But given how government spending has gone up, we won't be surprised if the final growth rate surpasses all projections and actually goes into double-digit figures, which will be an amazing feat for the country.